Hey there, Parkinson's Warriors. So just to give you a little bit of an update, I know that most of you know that I am living currently in Amsterdam. I'm originally from the States. Currently living in Amsterdam, doing well after DBS in December. And I have decided to go and use my dual citizenship, which I have U.S. and Italian dual citizenship, to get a master's degree in Europe, in Amsterdam, for around 2,000 euros, which is about $2,200 to $2,300. A whole master's degree for $2,300. And the reason I'm doing it is because I feel well enough now to actually do it. I actually was in an MBA program several years ago, as many of you know, and I had to leave that because I wasn't doing too well and my symptoms had gotten really the best of me. But after DBS, I'm feeling really, really well enough to do a program that is somewhat intensive and should be taking a lot of my energy and a lot of my efforts. But the program that I'm doing is in entrepreneurship. And again, as many of you know, I am really into starting companies that can change the world. I'm currently working on a company called Connected Neurosciences, and I have the app called Parkinson's Life Kit out there, and it's been doing really well. It's helping thousands of people every day with their symptoms. They can track their symptoms every single day. But I've been thinking more broadly, how can we help the Parkinson's community? And I've been thinking about these entrepreneurial challenges that the school, and in fact many schools have, where you can present an idea, pitch your idea for a social entrepreneurship venture or some kind of nonprofit of some sort, and win some prize money in order to make it happen. I was thinking it'd be great to do something related to the Parkinson's community. So I was thinking, what can we do for the really underserved people in the Parkinson's community, people that don't have the developed nation, Western country health system that we're so used to and accustomed to. So basically, current estimates say that about 10 million people have Parkinson's disease, or at least are diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. So out of those 10 million, I wonder if there is an underreporting of that number in developing countries. So I believe that there probably is. I believe that there are lots of people out there in developing countries, especially probably in Africa, maybe in the subcontinent, Eastern Asia, that are not diagnosed with Parkinson's, although they have Parkinson's. And I just think about myself back when I had first developed symptoms in 2009. At least that's when I first started feeling those physical symptoms. And what a burden it started being on my life. And that was just at the beginning of the disease. Imagine somebody living for their, half their lives with these symptoms and not having any kind of diagnosis, not having any kind of medication. So I'm thinking it'd be great to do some kind of project where people who are not diagnosed but should be diagnosed with Parkinson's or Parkinsonism symptoms, they get diagnosed somehow. And this would be great as a nonprofit. It'd be great as as something that can involve the drug companies. I was thinking about this last night and thinking that there is a way to diagnose people with Parkinson's or Parkinsonism using just medication. You don't need MRI scans or CAT scans or anything like that, or PET scans. You can do what's called the carbidopa-levodopa challenge. And carbidopa-levodopa challenge is pretty interesting because it basically you give Parkinson's medications, carbidopa-levodopa, to someone who you believe has Parkinson's. This is obviously done under the direction of a movement disorder specialist or some kind of neurologist of some sort. But you give this person carbidopa-levodopa, and if their body responds to it and their Parkinson's symptoms are alleviated and they're able to move their hands, they're able to do these kind of things, then all of a sudden you realize this person most likely has Parkinson's. And so it'd be great to use this as a diagnosis tool in the developing communities that are poor communities that don't have PET scans available. I mean, I remember when I got my PET scan, it was a whole issue of getting the nuclear material needed to give my brain the contrast so that the machine can properly image my brain. I mean, not everyone has access to that. So it would be great if we can use the carbidopa levodopa challenge to do that. So some hurdles or roadblocks I'd see in the way of that would be, obviously, you need someone who's trained to give that diagnosis. So not just anyone. I don't think I could just go and give that diagnosis to someone and be like, hey, you look like you might have Parkinson's. Here's some carbidopa levodopa. Let's see if it reacts. I mean, you obviously need to do the neurological exam, the tapping the fingers, doing the turning on the hands, detecting stiffness in the arms, things like that. And then you also need to know how much of a doses to give to these people. Is it one tablet of 100/25, or is it a larger tablet or more carbidopa levodopa? So these are all things that need to be considered. What's the follow-up as well is another question. Okay, so this person now, we realize they have Parkinson's. What can we do to help them? Can they have regular visits, virtual visits, maybe through Skype or something, with a movement disorder specialist? That would be really important, I think, especially at the beginning of their diagnosis, to have access to a movement disorder specialist. So where do we get those people from? Then how do we continue the stream of medication for these people? So what if they need to take 6 tablets a day or 12 tablets a day? Where do those come from? How much does it cost? Things like that. What's the logistics of getting those tablets from the factory where they're produced to the patient? And carbidopa levodopa, also known as Cinemet, is now a generic medication, but still it could be costly, and it could be something that is not easily attainable for the number of people you need to get the medication to. So these are all questions needed to be answered, and I'm just throwing this out there into the universe and saying, hey, what if we could find all the people that are misdiagnosed or underdiagnosed or not diagnosed with Parkinson's and get them the help that they need? So these are things that are worth considering. If you want to take this on as a project, go for it. I fully support you. When I'm in that entrepreneurship program at the University of Amsterdam, come fall in September, I'm going to try to get a team together to possibly work out the kinks in this and see if we can submit this as a project to get funded. That would be really cool. If we can help one person, that would be awesome. If we help more than one person, that would be even better. But yeah, I'm just throwing this out in the world. Let me know what you think of this idea in the comments. Let me know if it's a good idea, bad idea. Do you think that it would actually work? Do you think that people would contribute to this? Do you think that you'd be someone who would be willing to do this to help other people with Parkinson's? Let me know in the comments. And until next time, stay strong and don't ever give up. See ya.